Ant-Man is the newest hero in the MCU to get his own trilogy, so today let's rank the MCU trilogies. Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and welcome to Film Talks, the channel where I love to talk about all things movies and TV. Ant-Man just got his third movie, making it a trilogy, so this is my ranking of all 4 MCU trilogies. Coming in last place for me is the Ant-Man trilogy. I have a lot of fun with this trilogy. I think they all have a pretty consistent tone of being kind of goofy and cheesy. Quantumania is definitely a lot more serious, and I said this in my Ant-Man movies ranking. I think that's one of the things that I liked most about it, is that it was a little bit more serious and more kind of important to the MCU than the other 2 films. The other 2 films I do have a decent amount of fun with as well. Ant-Man is a great origin story. Ant-Man and the Wasp has a lot of humor, a lot of fun. So they're both really fun movies to watch. And this trilogy altogether is really solid. It just isn't my favorite. In third place for me is the Iron Man trilogy. The first Iron Man is a perfect origin story and is one of my favorite MCU movies of all time. The first one is still first movie in the MCU is just still one of the best. Iron Man 2, I still have some fun with. I definitely have some issues with it. It's my least favorite of the trilogy, but I do have some fun with it. I think Sam Rockwell is good as Justin Hammer, and I like Whiplash as a character. I think they definitely could have done more with him, but I still like him. We get introduced to Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, in Iron Man 2, and we get a really good suit-up scene with the car fight in Monaco, the car race in Monaco. We get that fight, and that's really cool. So I like Iron Man 2, even though it's my least favorite. And Iron Man 3 might actually be my favorite of the trilogy. It's Iron Man, Tony has some really great character development, and it shows really well how he's still struggling after the events of the first Avengers movie, dealing with kind of that PTSD, and he meets Harley in this film, which is he's a great side character, and the final battle in this movie isn't the best, but I've always had a ton of fun with it, with all of the suits coming in and all of them doing their own things. I think it's great. Killian isn't the greatest. Aldrich Killian isn't the greatest villain, and they do have that kind of Mandarin fake out in this movie. But I can overlook those things for everything else that I love in this movie. I love the music. I love characters development. So I think the Iron Man trilogy altogether is very solid. In second place, I have the Spider-Man trilogy. I love all of these movies. Spider-Man Homecoming is, again, a great origin story for Peter. Vulture is a fantastic villain. And I just love seeing kind of that, I don't know. I just really like this movie. I think Iron Man, this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I think Iron Man is actually in this movie a little bit too much. It is a Spider-Man movie, not an Iron Man movie, not a Spider-Man and Iron Man movie. It's not supposed to be a team up. It's supposed to be a Spider-Man solo movie, and while it is that, I think Iron Man is in it slightly too much. While the scenes that Iron Man is in are important, I think they definitely could have done something different with that. Spider-Man Far From Home, I love even more than Homecoming. I love Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. You can just tell he has a blast playing the villain. The fact that Spider-Man isn't at home, he's in Europe, hence the title Far From Home. It kind of gives him the sense that he doesn't really have the advantage because he's in unfamiliar territory, and he makes the mistake of leaving the glasses to Mysterio the Stark glasses to Mysterio, which was Mysterio's plan all along. So Mysterio kind of tricks Peter and is very good at manipulating Peter because Peter's just a kid. He's still learning. So Peter learns from his mistakes in this film. And this movie ends with a great cliffhanger of Mysterio revealing Peter's identity to the world, which is what leads into Spider-Man No Way Home. Mysterio, even though he supposedly died at the end of this movie, Mysterio technically won this movie in revealing Peter's identity and then, like I said, setting up all the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. So I love Spider-Man Far From Home more than I love Spider-Man Homecoming. And Spider-Man No Way Home is my favorite of the trilogy, one of my favorite Spider-Man movies, maybe my favorite. I love seeing all of the past villains coming back. I love seeing the three Peters on screen together. Their chemistry is awesome. And I just love this movie. It's a great kind of, I don't know, I grew up watching all the Spider-Man movies, Tobey's and Andrew's movies. So seeing them come back in this movie was great. I love all the jokes they make. Like I said, I think their chemistry is fantastic in this movie. And I like seeing more Doctor Strange in this movie. So No Way Home is my favorite. And despite what many other people say, I love the ending in this movie. I think it's a perfect ending. The one thing that has always held Spider-Man back in these movies is his loved ones knowing who he is, which then threatens them because if the villains find out, then it's easy bait. So the one thing holding Peter back in this movie got taken away. Everyone forgot who he was. And while a lot of people say that's not a very good ending, I think it's perfect because now the one thing holding Peter back isn't holding him back anymore. He's free to be the Spider-Man that he wants to be, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And so I think No Way Home ties things up very well, and I think this is a great trilogy. But coming in first place for me is the Captain America trilogy. Captain America, the First Avenger, is a great origin story for Steve. He gets his shield, he gets the super soldier serum. We see him become a hero. Red Skull is a mid-tier villain, but he's still pretty decent and it works. It fits in with this movie pretty well, I think. Captain America the Winter Soldier is one of, if not my favorite MCU movies. I think the Winter Soldier, Bucky, is a very good villain in this movie. I think the team up between Steve and Tasha in this film is very good. And this movie introduces us to Sam Wilson, who is now our Captain America in the MCU. And he's also a great character. So I love this movie. I love Winter Soldier. And Captain America Civil War is another one of my favorite MCU movies. It handles the conflict between Steve and Tony very well. I can see where both sides are coming from. I can see where Steve's coming from. I can see where Iron Man's coming from. I can understand the conflict that happens in this movie, and all the while, Baron Zemo is a pretty solid villain in this movie, tearing the Avengers apart, manipulating Bucky using his Winter Soldier kind of second identity to manipulate him and just help tear the Avengers apart. And this movie is also very vital to setting up the Avengers splitting up, which leaves them with the main disadvantage in Avengers Infinity War and why they lose in Infinity War, because they are separated and not really on speaking terms anymore. They're on separate planets. And so I think for the future of the MCU, Civil War is very important. And I just love seeing all the characters interact with each other on different teams in this movie. So I love all three of these movies. Captain America is the Captain America trilogy is my favorite trilogy in the MCU. That is my ranking of all 4 MCU trilogies. What is your favorite MCU trilogy? Let me know down in the comments below. What is your ranking of the MCU trilogies? Let me know. That's all I have for you today. That's all I have. I'll try and get another video out as soon as possible. Again, as soon as possible. In the meantime, like this video, subscribe to my channel so you never miss another one of my videos. Share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.